The elevator jolted violently, hard enough to throw all three of them off balance, before freezing midair with a metallic scream. The lights flickered once, twice, and then settled into a dim, sickly glow. For a long moment, no one spoke. The digital floor indicator blinked between 7 and 8, unable to decide where they were. The hum of electricity faded into an unnatural silence so complete it made their ears ring. Then came the sound. Footsteps. Slow. Measured. Circling. Not inside the elevator, but around it. Maya pressed her palm
Ethan.
against the cold steel wall, her breath shallow.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Ethan swallowed hard, eyes fixed on the elevator doors as if expecting them to peel open on their own. Yeah, he whispered. I heard it. Frank didn't answer. Frank was the building's night security guard. Mid-40s. Broad-shouldered. The kind of man who'd spent years convincing himself nothing scared him anymore. His hand hovered near his radio, but he hadn't reached for it yet. The footsteps stopped. Directly above them. The building had emptied fast after midnight. It was an old residential tower in downtown Chicago, one of those concrete giants from the 70s that never quite escaped the smell of dust and aging carpet. Tenants had complained for years about flickering lights, faulty wiring, and elevators that seemed to have moods. Tonight, only 3 people remained inside. Maya Collins had stayed late visiting her sister on the 9th floor. She was tired, anxious, and eager to get home. Ethan Brooks, early 30s, hoodie pulled tight, had slipped into the elevator just as the doors were closing, muttering a rushed apology. They exchanged polite nods. Strangers sharing a temporary box of steel. Frank entered last, keys clinking at his belt. Ground floor, Frank said, pressing the button. The doors slid shut with a dull thud. For the first few seconds, everything felt normal. Then the elevator shuddered. The footsteps resumed. This time, closer. They moved in a circle, metal groaning faintly with each step, as if someone were walking along the outside of the elevator car, suspended in the shaft. That's impossible, Ethan said, his voice cracking. There's nothing out there. It's just cables and concrete. Frank finally grabbed his radio. Control, this is Frank. Elevator stuck between 7 and 8. We're hearing movement in the shaft. Static answered him. Then a low hiss. And then, breathing. Frank stared at the radio, face draining of color. He released the talk button slowly.
This is Frank.
Wasn't control.
Report
He
movement
said.
in the shaft.
Maya hugged herself, nails digging into her arms. What do you mean? I mean, Frank said quietly, someone answered, but it wasn't anyone I recognize. The lights flickered again. The footsteps stopped. Then came a knock. 3 slow taps. On the ceiling. Ethan backed into the corner, shaking his head. No. No, no, no. There's no access up there. You'd need equipment. A harness. Another knock echoed through the metal. This time, directly beside Maya's ear. She screamed, stumbling away from the wall. It's right there. Frank drew his flashlight and aimed it upward, though it illuminated nothing but scratched steel. Everyone stay calm. Panic makes people hear things. As if in response, the elevator lurched slightly, just enough to make them all stumble. The footsteps resumed. But now, they weren't circling. They were pacing. Back and forth. Back and forth. Like something waiting. Frank had worked this building for 11 years. He knew its history. He also knew what he never told tenants. 3 years ago, a maintenance worker named Daniel Ross had fallen down the elevator shaft during a late-night inspection. The safety report said equipment failure. Unfortunate accident. But Frank remembered the screams. He remembered how Daniel had begged over the radio. his voice distorted, echoing from somewhere impossible, saying he was still falling even after the cables snapped. Daniel's body had never been recovered. The building sealed the shaft for repairs. The reports were falsified. And strange things started happening soon after. Frank never rode the elevators alone at night. Until now. Frank. The whisper came from beneath their feet. All three froze. Maya's eyes darted to
Frank's
him.
name?
How did it know your name? Frank's mouth went dry. The floor indicator flickered wildly. Frank, the voice said again.
You can't escape
left me
this!
here.
It's happening now!
The elevator dropped an inch. Maya screamed. Ethan slammed his fists against the doors. Open. Open, damn it. The footsteps became frantic now, running, circling, scraping against metal like nails. Frank, the voice pleaded. I'm still falling. Frank's radio crackled to life.
Frank, please tell me what's
This
going
time,
on.
I don't
it
know,
was
Maya, but this
control.
device?
Frank? We've got visual on your car. It's not responding. We're going to initiate a manual reset. Frank hesitated. The breathing returned, right behind the walls. Don't, the voice whispered. If they move it, I'll be free. Maya grabbed Frank's sleeve. What's happening? Frank, what did you do? The elevator creaked ominously, cables whining. Frank closed his eyes.
It wants a replacement.
He knew. Whatever was outside wasn't just trapped.
Someone
It was
must
attached.
stay.
To the elevator. To him. Frank,
wants a
the voice said
replacement.
softly, almost lovingly. Someone has to take my place. The lights went out. Total darkness. In the blackness, something slammed into the elevator. Again. And again. Maya felt a sudden rush of air, as if the shaft had opened. Ethan screamed as the elevator lurched violently. Then. Silence. The lights snapped back on. The footsteps were gone. The floor indicator stabilized. 8. The doors slid open smoothly. Maya and Ethan collapsed into the hallway, gasping for air. Tenants stared in confusion as alarms blared faintly somewhere above. Frank? Maya called. No answer. The elevator behind them was empty. Frank was gone. The official report said Frank had exited the elevator before the malfunction. No one questioned it too deeply. The building resumed normal operations within a week. Maya quit her job and moved out of the city. Ethan refused to enter elevators again, opting for stairs no matter how high the floor. Neither of them spoke publicly about what happened. But sometimes, late at night, Maya hears footsteps pacing outside her apartment walls. And somewhere in the building, the elevator still stops between floors. If you ever find yourself trapped in one, listen carefully. Because if you hear footsteps circling the car, it means someone is looking for a replacement.